Hello, I'm outside today. I think this is a great time of year to come outside and see if you can find signs of animals that have been in your yard when you weren't there. So let's poke around and see what we can find in this fresh snow. When you first find tracks, you want to look at the tracks and think about the size of the tracks and maybe what size the animal was that made the tracks. If they're really big tracks versus really small tracks, you can think about the size of the animal it was that made it. Then you want to try to look for a track that looks like it was a really good print to give you the best idea of what animal made that. So I don't know if you can see this here. This has two lines here coming down each side and a little pointier at the top and then rounded at the bottom. We'll just look at a couple of these. This track kind of looks like an upside down heart to me. You can see it's a little pointier this way and a little rounded down here. And you can actually see marks in the snow where this animal kind of dragged their feet through the thicker snow. Any idea what this animal could be with these two little prints? So this track is a deer track, and these are kind of fun. You can make them yourself by doing just with your two fingers and kind of making your own little tracks. We have some more tracks here. Once you have an idea of some of the shapes and marks that you see in a track, I like to bring an animal track guide or track scarf or print off the animal track paper and then try to match it up and see what it most looks like. So this track is some sort of canine track, and I can see the little claw marks in some of these. And based on the size of it and the way that they are all in a straight row, I'm going to say that this is a fox track. We just found some more tracks. These ones are a little bit smaller. So if I put my finger next to it, the whole track is the length of just the top part of my finger. So this track is interesting. I can see little claw marks at the top, and these feet here are definitely smaller than these feet. And so you want to look at your chart and see if you can find anything that looks like that. This is actually a gray squirrel, and when they're jumping and kind of running, their back feet end up in front of their front feet. So these are their front feet, and then when they kind of land, their back feet are there, and that's how they spring off again to make the next set of tracks. So a lot of times you'll see these at the base of a tree or leading right up to a tree. I think the best part about seeing what animals have been in your yard is just seeing what you can find and kind of playing detective to see what was happening. But it's also impressive. If we look here, this is where one set of squirrel tracks is, and the next one is way up here. So that's a lot of feet in between. I hope you're able to get outside and explore your yard and see what animals have been in your yard. Sometimes you might not be able to figure out exactly what it is, but you can tell tracks apart and see how many different animals have been visiting your yard when you weren't outside. So I hope you get a chance to print off the track paper. It makes it a little easier to figure out what kind of animals you might have. And please email me if you have any questions or if you want to send me pictures of the tracks that you found.